So Aaron Rodgers went on McAfee's show. They were talking conspiracy theories that he may or may not believe. And then, for reasons I don't totally understand, AJ Hawk brings up the Epstein list that people thought was going to be released today or this week. Rodgers said, essentially implied, I should say, to the layperson that Jimmy Kimmel, who works for the same company, is nervous about this list coming out. At some point in the relative recent history, the Epstein list has been used as a cudgel to attack people you don't like. At some point, the focus of anything involving Jeffrey Epstein moved off of the dozens of young girls whose lives were irrevocably altered at the hands of the abuse of wealthy, powerful men and women in some cases. And instead of that being the focus shifted to a way to almost make it a synonym for I don't like you, I don't trust you, you're a bad guy. There's three possible roads Rodgers could walk down now. One is just ignore it. The other is to say, no. I wasn't saying he's on the list. I was just saying he made fun of me for saying the list existed and it was coming out, and now when it comes out, he's going to be nervous if it comes out because he's going to be proven wrong. That would be an obvious lie. It would be cowardly. My guess is that's the road he takes. The third one is to double down. So the story has been, how is this going to affect McAfee's show? They're going to have to cut ties with Rodgers. What is Jimmy Kimmel going to do? That's not the story. That might be a sub-story. That might be interesting in the media trades. The story is Aaron Rodgers, who is undeniably one of the most famous athletes in America today, arguably the single most powerful player in the single most powerful league we have, has crossed the Rubicon from wacky conspiracy theory guy to malignant force in the culture. Rodgers said something the other day that went kind of by the wayside, and I heard it, but I didn't know what it meant, so I Googled it. And it was once again when he was saying everyone's mad at him about his vax status, and you should have to disclose your vax status before you criticize him. And he said it's because I took on the alphabet mafia and the pharmaceutical industrial complex. And I had never heard the term alphabet mafia. So I Googled it. So alphabet mafia is about, and you know what, I'll read it exact. Alphabet mafia meaning, at least this is what the internet tells me it means. It's about the LGBTQ community. And it's about folks, I think it's got a relation to pronouns and the fact that LGBTQ now has even more letters with it. That LGBTQIA+, whatever. So here's why that was noteworthy to me. That Rodgers threw that out there. I obviously am very highly critical of Aaron and this person he's become. I would bet my life he's not homophobic. I'm very confident in that. So I think he used that term not knowing what it meant. It was just, he is so deep in the toxic internet brain vortex that it got lumped in with the mass delusion psychosis he talks about and the Super Bowl logo memes and the debate me bro to Fauci and the Epstein list. It all is just one stew of a brain that's been melted. We've all become numb to the fact of who is saying it and what he's saying. And that there was just flatly one of the greatest players we've ever seen in America's favorite sport, who plays in the biggest market, who has a bigger platform than any other player in the league, more power over his team than any other player in the league. That guy went on national television and casually threw out there to millions of people, hey, this guy that I don't like, probably a pedophile. Now, this morning, when some of those Epstein docs were unredacted and released, what you have in the same corners of the internet are folks photoshopping documents, putting Jimmy Kimmel's name in them, and saying Aaron was right. That is happening this morning already. And so when I tweet, he's gone from wacky conspiracist to malignant, dangerous force, I mean it. If you truly believe children are being abused, can someone blame you? If you're like, you know what, God dog it, I'm going to stop this. Of course not. I don't really have that much ill will on this towards McAfee, who I think would greatly prefer that these things not happen. He has some ownership of it because it's happening on his show, but that is not the issue here. The issue here is one of our most prominent voices in sports has become the face, the voice, and more importantly, the megaphone for any batshit crazy, half-baked theory he stumbles across on the internet. And it unfortunately is a bit of a canary in the coal mine for what a lot of us are dealing with in our own personal lives, with our own friends, family, or extended family. Someone who pre-pandemic was, would maybe forward you every once in a while an Instagram video that was like, hey, could the earth be flat? At least worth, watching this. Over the last 4 years has gone from, okay, I mean, what do you, really? Like, we're going to do this? To, no, you don't, what do you mean that they're not putting microchips in all of us to control how we think and what we do and what we buy and who we vote for? Wait, you haven't done the research? and believe it down in the marrow of their bones. And it is, in so many ways, tearing us at the seams that hold us together as a population. And it's now getting featured for an hour a week when you're trying to hear people argue about Brock Purdy. I don't know, man. It ain't good. I do know that. Hey, thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button to get more from the show, and make sure to click the bell to get notified every time new content drops. Check out full episodes of What's Right wherever you get your podcasts, or just click the link in the description below.